Good evening. My name is Theresa Lillis. I'm from Knysna in the Western Cape. I am 63 years of age, divorced, 4 children, and am developing the business, the Dew Point business, on a full-time basis. Let me just tell you a little bit about how I was introduced to the Dew Point business. 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago, I was living in Port Elizabeth, and I was at that stage involved in another business which was very similar to the Dew Point business. Because it also had the it had the debit order system, which is really why I actually liked the business. But what I was finding that towards the last few years that I was involved in the business, we were getting quite disillusioned because our money it kept on dropping and kept on getting less and less. They had a system where after 1 year, your money was reduced. So you kept on having to replace people, and not only replace people but add more if you wanted to earn more. So we were just finding that we were just working harder and harder with no results, and we're always on the lookout for something else. But of course we couldn't find anything that was actually better, and I was very loyal to the company. So when Wendy showed me this Dew Point business, we actually were so excited about it, we couldn't believe our eyes, because number one, the earnings were 5 times greater than what we were earning. The online presence was absolutely fantastic. The business was very, very professional, and we knew that we could introduce this business to our peers. And of course, the cherry on the top of the cake was the fact that when you got to a certain level, or when you had a certain number of products in your business, you were taken on a 5-star, 7-day luxury holiday. And not only were you taken on this holiday once, but if you maintained that product count, you were taken on that holiday every single year for the rest of your life. I mean, I've never seen anything so fantastic in the business I was in before. We also had overseas trips, and I'd been on 2 of those, but you had to work every single year in January. It was a competition, and you had to start from scratch to get on the trip, and often you actually gave up before you even started because you knew you had to compete against people that had been in the business for much longer than you, were much better than you, etc., etc. So when I saw that, I was very, very excited, and I immediately joined the business. Of course, we also saw the idea of the car, to be given R250,000 to go buy yourself a motor vehicle. I mean, that was really also fantastic. My car is very old and it needs to be replaced. So I've just worked it out. Well, if it takes me 3 to 5 years, that's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to definitely do it. So I joined the business, and the first month that I was in the business, I was very excited. I ran out there and I introduced people. I couldn't contain my enthusiasm. Then, as circumstances went, I decided to reallocate to Knysna from Port Elizabeth. When I arrived in Knysna, I got distracted. I got distracted because I had to find accommodation, I had to find myself a job, and I started working in Knysna, and I didn't forget about Dew Point. It was always there, but I just didn't have the same focus that I had in that first month when I was in Port Elizabeth. I potted around with the business. Every now and again I introduced a few people. I've carried on working. At one stage I was working in the evening, I was working during the day. And then I actually, for 3 full months, I didn't do Dew Point at all. I didn't even see a person, speak to a person. And then I got started again, introduced 1 or 2 people here and there. But in all in the years that I was doing that, I was earning a few R100 every month, and I was just basically going nowhere. So in May this year, I attended a conference, the Dew Point Encounter in Port Elizabeth. And I decided then and there that I actually had to get serious, because even though I had a job and I was earning money, I was able to pay my rent, and I was able to, pay for everything and save. I knew that my time was running out. Let's face it, I'm in my 60s, and what was I going to do in a few years' time when I didn't have a job, when I got too old to work? So I knew that I had to get stuck in and get serious about Dew Point. So I did. That's exactly what I did. It was just a decision I made, that I just had to finally stop, just change my ideas and just stop letting things and people and everything else distract me. And I said to Jane at the conference that I would definitely, I was going to get serious now, and I would reach rank 3 by September. Well, I went back to Knysna, and I did get serious. In July, I left my job. I was offered a full-time job, and I decided no, I wasn't going to do it. And I just really got the people that were in my business, and we sat down together and we said, come on guys, let's now really work this business properly. And that's in actual fact what we've been doing for the last few months. We've really been actually having good fun. We meet every single week. We have a weekly training. We watch videos together. We meet on a Saturday. We watch the presentation. And we're all very, very excited about this opportunity. We cannot understand why a person doesn't want to do this business, because there is just so much on offer. What I'd like to say is, especially to the women, there are a lot of women in my situation in life where they are starting to head towards retirement. And what is going to happen when you retire? There are only the two options. I mean, you're going to rely on the government. You only get paid 1,700 Rand a month. You cannot live on that. Or you're going to rely on your children. Do you want to rely on your children? I certainly don't. I've got 4 children and they've offered to look after me when I get older. But I don't want to be sitting there hoping to get a handout, or hoping to be able to get some money, or to ask for food, or to anything. I just don't want to be in that situation. And I also want to do a lot of traveling. All my children are off my hands now, and I actually want to finally get back to the way I was before I had children. I want to put my backpack on my back and go traveling around the world. Now, through Dew Point, I know that I can do it. And I'd just really like to encourage all the ladies out there to do this business. Get out there. It is really not difficult. All you have to do is find other like-minded people and show them the business. A lot of ladies as well have got, especially single women, have got children that they're looking after, and it's a struggle to survive. I know, I've had experience of it. But through this business, it can help you, whether you're earning an extra 1,000 Rand a month, whether you're earning an extra 5, extra 10, it doesn't matter. It's going to all help. And through the training that Dew Point have put together with the videos, etc., and the live stream presentations, there's absolutely no reason why you can't be successful in this business. The main thing is just to keep on showing people and never, ever, ever give up. To my team in Knysna and Port Elizabeth, I'd like to say thank you very much for your commitment. It's great fun. We're going to carry on working together every single week. They know what I'm like. I'm like their, as Elodie likes to call me, their boss, but I hate being called a boss. I go and tell them, you know, what we should be doing and get them going every single week. But we are planning to get to Mauritius at the end of next year. So let's do it, team. I'll be in Port Elizabeth this weekend, and I hope to see all the PE guys. And let's just work together, and don't worry about the no's, don't worry about the cancellations. Just keep on working and you will definitely be successful. Thank you.